Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Second City Sports. I just wanted to do a quick summary of the Blackhawks trade deadline this season. We're going to start off by talking about the Seth Jones trade. This happened a couple of days ago, so it wasn't at the deadline, but I think it's still pretty relevant to talk about now. I would have done its own video. I would have done a video on its own for this trade, but my voice has been really scratchy the last few days. Still a little scratchy, but I figured I'd do it now. So the Blackhawks traded Seth Jones and a fourth-round pick in 2026, as you can see, for Spencer Knight, who's a goaltender, and a 2026 first-round pick. It's a conditional pick. The condition basically is if Florida can basically trade this pick again, but that we will get a 2027 first round pick. So it's a guaranteed first round pick either in 2026 or 2027. Uh, this was an absolute fleece. The Blackhawks had to retain only $2.5 million of Seth Jones's $9.5 million salary. This is a miracle. And we didn't really have to give up anything else, and we actually got good assets in return. People were saying last year that we would have to, if we wanted to get rid of Jones without retaining salary, we would have to give up first-round picks, and instead we got a first-round pick back and a very good goaltender in Spencer Knight. For those of you who don't really know much about Spencer Knight, he was a first round pick, I believe 14th overall by the Florida Panthers a few seasons ago. He played 2 years at Boston College. He was the goalie for the U.S. in a few of the World Juniors tournaments. They won a few of those tournaments. I'm pretty sure they won while he was the goalie. He was a terrific goalie prospect. Florida actually I feel like they rushed him and they kind of messed with his development a little bit by signing Bobrovsky. But still a fantastic prospect, has been a very good backup goalie for the Panthers the last few years. Only 23 years of age. He could be your long-term number one goalie for a long time. As for Seth Jones, in the days leading up to the trade, Jones was becoming very vocal about his desire to leave. And I think it's good that they acted quickly and got a lot in return, especially since he only gave them two teams to work with, basically. It was between Florida and Dallas didn't even really want him. So the fact that they... oh, excuse me. So the fact that they got very good assets in return for Seth Jones while he was publicly complaining and Florida was basically bidding against themselves is terrific. This trade, however you want to score it, A+, 10 out of 10. Terrific. Spencer Knight, I was actually at the United Center for his debut. He played fantastically. He played again tonight. He was 36 saves on 39 shot attempts. He made one crazy save where he was laying on the ice and he's got his glove to a wide open goal. He seems like he's going to be a long-term piece for the Blackhawks during this rebuild. The next person I want to talk about, Ryan Donato. This was probably the second biggest story the Blackhawks had going into the deadline was what they were going to do with Ryan Donato. They elected to keep him. I was not a fan of this until I found out that they never even were offered a second round pick by any teams. So I think it is the right decision to keep him. He hasn't signed an extension yet, which is kind of concerning because I feel like that gives him a bit of extra leverage. But they were talking on the Blackhawks TV broadcast tonight that Davidson basically offered him like a 3-year extension with a significant raise is what they said. So yeah, 3-year contract, I mean, why not? I guess, you need players on the roster and he seems to actually care most nights, so it is what it is. I'm just really surprised no teams were willing to even give up like a second round pick for him. Like Anthony Beauvillier got a second round pick, and he is awful. So, uh, yeah, I mean, if they didn't get any offers for him, they didn't get any offers for him. What can you do? So, this was another trade. This is kind of a minor one. I'm going to take a drink of water really quick. Oh man, sorry. Just had this crazy cough the last few days. That's why I haven't made any videos. That's why I'm not making any Civ videos right now either. It's just hard to talk. Alright, there we go. So the Blackhawks received Joe Veleno, and we sent Peter Mrazek and Craig Smith to the Red Wings. Oh my god, I'm sorry. My damn throat. Too many hot dicks in the Russian gulag, I guess, or something for me. I don't know. Anywho, uh, damn it. Um, yeah, so Peter Mrazek obviously wasn't going to play at this point. Soderblom has outperformed him during this season, and obviously they just acquired Spencer Knight. He was kind of the odd man out, so they decided to do right by him. They sent him to a team that can possibly make the playoffs. Craig Smith, just a veteran forward. Nothing special. He's a good depth player for Detroit. And for the Hawks, we get Joe Veleno, who's, I believe he's 25 years old. He's a fourth-line center. He's nothing special, but could potentially be a decent depth player for the next few years. Should be pretty cheap in the offseason. And the final trade of the day was this. So we sent a fifth-round pick to the Utah Hockey Club because they don't have a team name yet. And we got Akurati, who is he's going to be a career AHL player. I've heard he works really hard. That's all I really know about him. Wouldn't expect him to be on the NHL roster anytime soon, or really ever. Victor Soderstrom, who is a bust of a prospect. He's a former first-round pick. He's actually playing in Sweden right now. He's not even playing in the AHL. But apparently the plan is to bring him back to the AHL next season and see what they can get out of him. I mean, it is what it is. If he turns out to be something, then great. If not, it's a fifth-round pick. Who really cares? And we also acquired Shea Weber's contract. Obviously, Shea Weber not an active player anymore. They just acquired his contract for financial reasons, probably just to try and reach the cap floor. It's not really a big deal. This is kind of just a nothing trade, but I figured I'd throw it in here. The last real bit of news is Andreas Athanasiou has been sent back down to Rockford. I think this is probably the last we're ever going to see of Athanasiou in a Blackhawks uniform. He's been very disappointing this season, last season as well, to be honest. His time in the NHL, I think, is coming to an end. I could see him potentially even going overseas next year, unless he wants to sign like a league minimum contract somewhere. He's quick, but everything else about him is just kind of bad, and I don't think he really has an NHL future anywhere. If you can't make the 31st best team in the league, when you're making, I think he's making like 4.25 a year right now, and you can't even be on the roster, you don't have much of a future in the NHL. So, sorry to say, I think he's done as a Blackhawk. I wish him the best wherever he ends up, but I think this is it. So hopefully his roster spot can go to someone like an Oliver Moore or some other NCAA player that people would like to name. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this. I just wanted to make a quick video. Sorry about my voice and my coughing. It is what it is. I just wanted to make a quick video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, share it with your friends, and as always, have a good day. Bye-bye.